comfortable in your own ends. Don't look comfortable. I'm around.
Welcome, people. Sunday, we're back. Premier League is back. Proper. The sun is out. Spring sunshine. Sunny nights. Now clocks have changed. The Premier League is here. We've got the rivals, not virals. Sunday special, guys. Make sure you smash a like. As always, make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you check out all the man them. You know there's some big games today. You know the top 4 race is heating up. We know that Arsenal have got Madrid after an Everton draw. We're going to be talking about it all today. So, guys, yeah, run up the like, support the channel. But first of all, let me introduce the panel, of course, show love. George, what you say, my brother?
Yeah, man, they are. As you can see, the do-rag is back, so we're hoping for a win. Maybe the one and only win for the rest of the season, but we're there, man, we're there.
Yeah, nice. And then we've got, obviously, Mr. Ayana. Do your intro, bro. I don't have to do it for you.
Oh, yeah, now, my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, now today, you go understand. And, yeah, I want to know who that clip at the beginning was directed at, by the way. But we'll get into that.
You know, we'll take that till last.
Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is there underbelly colour thing that?
Big up, so. And guys, make sure you show love to my guy. It's his debut today. TTB. I'm going to let him introduce himself, plug all his channels and everything. Chelsea fans, also for you Chelsea guys in the chat. You got a representative today. But yeah, man, big up T for coming through. Tell everyone where
hold on. You didn't. No. Hold on. Ty. You had to say who wanted to come on Rivals, Not Virals, and talk half spaces.
No, I said we don't talk about half spaces. I can see the vibe here. We don't talk about half spaces and all that here. But yeah, man, love for having me on. T Talks Ball. Obviously, all my socials are in my name there. Love the cast for getting me on this. I told him that looking forward to making my debut. So hopefully it's a Rooney debut and not a Kusanov versus Chelsea debut. Otherwise, we're in trouble. But
I see you don't want to talk half spaces. No problem.
Bro. No problem. George is the one that set the tone, bro. Straight chord.
Yeah, cool.
He set the tone.
Cool. I mean, listen, don't mention my players when you can't beat me. Yeah.
Say less. Say them.
Oh, so that means I can talk plenty. All right, Daps, let's
hold on. You're only as good as your last game, and we beat you last time we played you. So I don't want to hear about no games during a period where everyone beats us.
Against you this season, you got one. So I'm just gonna throw out.
Where were you again?
Okay.
Right, cool.
I don't think he needs an introduction. He doesn't need an introduction.
I wanted to ask.
Okay in the table. What
yeah. Wait, it's not okay. It's not okay at all. I wanted to ask TTB a question quick. So I was asking someone that was on the show the other day to kind of pick on the sliding scale of where they are as an Arsenal fan, and it was like they ended up telling me that they were like Kunle. So I said, are you like Igal, which is here? Are you like Hooks, which is here? Are you like Lee Gunner, which is here? Or are you like Northside, which is here? And he said, I go Dan Potts. He goes, yeah, I'm kind of like Dan Potts. And then he goes, nah. Actually, Dan Potts is here. I'm probably in between Dan Potts and Hooks, which I'd say is Kunle. And we were like, yeah. You're like Kunle. Cool. So for you, TTB, are you like Don, CB? Do you know who they are, or am I just saying names?
I know CB. I know CB.
Don, CB,
Ches.
If you want to go all the way on the other side, then you go to the Crashers. Yeah, on TikTok and Twitter.
What's the one on TikTok that does shit with fucking with boots?
Is it? I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name.
Yeah. The young.
I don't know a lot of these.
So obviously, are you?
No, but wait, that
or negative?
You can't. Yeah, that's the better question because with Chelsea fans, all them people you listed are madmen.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're pretty similar.
All of them Chelsea fans you just listed are madmen. So you just got to say.
Like, I don't know a lot of these other like Chelsea content creators, to be perfectly honest.
You're saying fuck them. You're saying fuck
them.
Distance yourself from them, brother.
What I will say, I will never, ever be a crasher. You'll never catch me being a crasher. I don't really like that. I'll be perfectly honest.
So don't mention because
he's more like me. He's more like me.
Yeah, I like to see the best in my club. I like to see the full picture, but I'm a realist as well. But
Okay.
when I do crash out and I've
You
lost
see
it,
this? You see this?
Because it means something to me.
I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, so what it
a couple
really
of-
means is, wait, now what I'm really hearing, Kunle, is you haven't done enough streams to make someone crash you out. That's what I'm really.
No,
Wait,
We
that's
just
not
need to ask a
forced
couple
out of you,
questions.
like-
No. Do you know what it
We
is?
just need
Yeah?
to ask a
'Cause
couple of
I
questions,
have my
bro.
own. I have my own podcast as well with a couple of my other Chelsea guys called the Reactionary Blues Podcast. So make sure you go follow that as well. And
Nice
some
plug.
of the combos that we have on there are enough to make someone lose all their hair, lose it
Hey,
completely.
Ty, I'm just
Like,
gonna ask him
I
3
must have
questions,
been on there.
and these answers will let us know where he's at in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll let
go
you
on.
do your betting.
Okay.
Go on.
But first question, your opinion on Enzo Fernandez?
he's a talented player, might not be suited to the Premier League, but I don't think he's an absolute dud. Out of possession, liability, but I think he can make up for it for what he can do in possession.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Are you-
impressing Ty here.
Okay. Are you on the
Ty's
understand?
interview, he's like, oh, we should hire this guy. He's good.
Do you
Send
love to
me,
compare?
bro. Send me
Do you
application.
love to compare Saka and Palmer? Or do you agree they play in 2 different positions?
I love to compare them, bro. He's your best player. He's my best player. Let's get it cracking.
Okay. That's
Get it
it. Okay, the
cracking.
last one.
Moving over to the Don side now.
Wait.
moving back
Okay,
over,
wait. So
yeah.
were you punch out? You punch
Yeah,
out?
watch out on that.
Absolutely.
Do you want
You're
to
punch out.
Yeah.
He's on the done side. He was punched
And-
out.
and
No,
He's
but
one of
now
them.
I have
He's
to-
one of them.
Last question. Have you got Y Scout?
Have I got what?
Y Scout.
I got no clue what that is.
Right, perfect. Good. Right. You can stay.
But now I have to go and find out who this Don guy that you mentioned is, if I like him.
No, you don't.
He's just let's just say he's a super optimistic Chelsea fan who's started to
Yeah,
become a bit more realistic
I
as
think
of
he's a
recently
little
when
bit
he's
more
realised-
Ches than Don. A little bit more Ches than Don. You know,
Ches, I
a
know.
little bit-
Ches is one of my guys. I know Ches.
Okay. So you're
Ches, yeah.
Ches
okay.
is
So
cool.
that
as well,
makes
man.
sense. He's a bit
Right,
more Ches.
now
than
that's interesting. Well then, perfect. Obviously, you passed the vetting checks. DBS, you've got your application.
Hi, what kind of
sent
head
over.
game press? But I just got here.
Nah, yeah, love that. Nah, all good, man. But guys, make sure you smash the likes. Like I said, TTB new to the pod. Obviously, Cass got him on today. Chelsea representative as well. So big up him. And obviously, George Kunle, that's in the building. But we're gonna start because a lot of our teams, as you can see, guys, we all play on today. We're gonna start with Kunle, Arsenal. 2 sides are looking at the coin today. It's the performance against Everton, but also it's what's coming up against Real Madrid. Because if anyone doesn't know, I'm gonna plant the little seed here. Real Madrid lost yesterday to Valencia at home in the 95th minute, and all the big boys were on the pitch. Real Madrid are going for a bit of a rocky patch themselves. In the midweek, they played against Real Sociedad in the semi-final of the Copa, and they got through on penalties.
Bro,
Not
what are you
in the-
doing here? No. What are you doing here, Ty? We all know, bro, it's the Champions League.
Bro,
Whatever
we
you
know.
just said.
I
that-
was just letting him
that-
finish. We know what he was trying to do.
I know
what
what
he's
he's
Yeah,
doing, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, George, that's
Or just-
Oh,
you were loving
sorry.
it. You see it.
Bro,
see
yeah,
it.
sorry, I was out late.
I
I'm
see the vision.
Still, yeah, I get it. man. Yeah, sorry.
To get Kunle's bubbles going.
You know what? My
Bro,
bad.
it's not
My
me,
bad.
it's
Yeah,
not me
bro.
you can
Bro,
catch that,
Madrid.
listen, it's not
Madrid
me you
looks
can
shit,
catch
bro.
that.
Madrid look dead right now, bro. You must. You must.
I know.
I'll be real. Let's not give them man hope.
A
Let's
draw
not give
against.
them man-
Thank you. At least a realist here. Thank
They're
you.
not- they're
Someone
not-
that's
they're not
trying
doing
to tickle my.
I'll be real because I've been watching Madrid like for the past few weeks, like just to see what they're
Not
actually
been that good
on
though.
there. They're not that great, but the problem is it's the Champions League. They've already started their judge, by the way. Gabriel is gone. All of that nonsense that they were doing, that charge that they had for the celebrations, cleared already. They're ready, bro.
Why are we even focusing on the fact that Real Madrid like may or may not be ready? All right, let's swing it, to a team that couldn't be Everton all season. Everton when we talk about the team that stopped you from winning the title in consecutive years. Last year, you looked at West Hams, you looked at the Fulhams. This year it was Fulham again, but it's the Evertons, it's the West Hams. It's always the small teams. Arsenal boast about having this record of against the top 6 sides we haven't lost since 2021
just so you
or
know, he
something
never has
rubbish.
this energy during the Spurs.
Any rubbish. But when
Yeah, I was
we
about to
look
say,
at
Tom,
Arsenal,
the whole thing here is,
that.
one thing you need to know as well, right, is, when you talk on other people's teams, right?
Yeah.
You can do that without it being about your team. That's what George is doing right now. Yeah.
Yes.
He's
It's the
talking.
Arsenal segment of the show.
It stands
I like
alone.
that.
Stands
I'll
alone.
be real.
So, Kunle,
My club can
do you
be
have
sat
an
in the depth,
answer?
whatever. I will talk on your club and you will hear it. Like,
So, Kunle,
Yeah.
do you have answers for yesterday? Do you have answers for the fact that you couldn't beat Everton yet again, a team that offers nothing in the attack. They offer absolutely nothing going forward, but they managed to score a goal and keep you guys from only scoring one this whole year, not just that game, the whole season. What's going on? I need to know.
First of all, this is not your channel, Jules, and you're not the host. So Ty,
I'm allowed to ask questions though. That's why
I wasn't sure because you were starting the line of question.
Nah, bro, do you know what? It's unless it goes chaotic, I won't take over. But Jules asked you a question. No one was listening, bro.
Nah, to be honest, they didn't create anything. We gifted them the only opportunity that they took, which was we're not going to talk about that. We all know about the refs in England, so that's what it is, isn't it? But what I will say, the reason for us losing that game was Mikel Arteta.
Sorry. Before you said Mikel Arteta, did you just blame the ref, basically?
No, I said I'm not going to talk about refs because we know what the refs are in the Premier League.
So you blame the ref.
No,
yeah, all right, cool.
He tried to be subtle with it.
No. Look, I brought up the refs because it's a talking point. It's definitely something people are going to talk about. But my major blame is Mikel Arteta.
Okay.
My biggest issue is with Mikel Arteta, and why I say that is, I'm not saying we were playing necessarily good in the first half, but we were playing all right, and we were 1-0 up. This nincompoop decides to make substitutes, like literally substitutions. Like I don't know, like if I know he needs to give people some minutes, but you could see even before that chance. I don't know if you noticed there was a situation where Raya came out and he missed the ball and something like maybe a minute, 2 minutes before that penalty situation. So I could just see the rhythm of that first half had just been tampered with. The players didn't look like they were up for it, and those two changes, like at that moment in time, just weren't the right move. He should have done his normal 60-minute sub like normal. Like instead, he brings on Saka, they score, and then we're now in a situation like Saka and Martinelli, and they score. Now we're in a situation where it's a stressful game. Whereas if we had kept it the same, I'm pretty confident we would have got the second goal and maybe even a third if those players came on 60, 65 minutes. But that was all about managing the game by Mikel Arteta. That really fucked up our rhythm. And then the situation happened as it happened, and we created nothing. Like Odegaard came on. I don't know if you guys even noticed him when he came on. Except that one miss where he kicked it over. Like he came on for the last 30 minutes, did nothing. I don't know, man. Like I want to believe our focus is on Real Madrid, but Arteta, man, he really fucked up yesterday for me, man.
I swear you guys played a much weakened team as well.
Yeah, our midfield was it was a terrible midfield, but we got 1-0 up, bro. That's my issue. I thought the lineup was terrible, but we ended up going 1-0 up. We were controlling the game. They weren't creating anything, and then he goes and changes it up. Like it's weird. It was just weird.
But he's bringing in better players that are more suited to that system, no? Like with Saka and Martinelli. These are guys that have played.
I hear it, but the rhythm of the game didn't need those changes, if that makes sense. Like that, those changes, I like them, but just the timing of it just didn't make sense. If it was 0-0 and maybe we needed to change something, all right, cool, makes sense. But we needed to change nothing. We're in control of the game. They're not creating anything. We're 1-0 up away from home. Let them come at us. But I just saw that it just disrupted. If you saw the first 5 minutes of that second half, we just looked odd. It was weird. And then the penalty came.
If he made one change, it probably would have been all right. Because say Saka, he's going to start against Madrid, so he probably needed a 45. He played 30 the other night, 45, and then he could have got 75 or whatever. But making two changes is maybe what's messed it up. But I want to ask you, Lewis Skelly, are you a bit nervous about him going into this big game?
Nah, not even a little bit, man. Because I know Champions League referees are not giving that decision personally, so I'm not worried. I prefer him being the risk taker that he is, because we don't have many risk takers in our squad. I prefer that. I'd rather him make.
Did you just loop back round to the referee conversation again?
Daps is on you, bro.
Like you're in your Arsenal bag today. I'm not gonna lie.
No, because he brought up Lewis Skelly for, I'm assuming it's because of the situation that led to the penalty, right? So he brought it up. And I said, I don't think I need to worry about it.
Do you know what?
I don't see
in the first half, he gave
hold on. Bro, you not in what? In 3 days or 2 days, yeah, you play at your ground. But bro, when you go to the Bernabeu, don't be thinking referees don't give them fucking decisions, bro. You are going to have to cater with the fact that referees are giving decisions against you. Against Real Madrid,
It wasn't a penalty, though.
Bro.
It wasn't a penalty.
I'm saying that specific. I see VAR actually checking that one out.
And furthermore, don't we think that the biggest problem here is, again, well, let me not say Kunle, because Kunle's not focused on the decision. He's decided to pass it off. But if there is Arsenal fans that are going to focus on this decision in particular, that's where the problem lies. Because D said it wasn't a penalty, so I'll give it to him, yeah. But when I look at this, yeah, and I've looked at Arsenal for a while, majority of the season, I look at, like, I know people are pointing to, Gabriel's out of the team. How are they going to stop Real Madrid from scoring? I'm like, no, how are Arsenal going to create goals? How are Arsenal going to break Madrid? Because, yeah, although Madrid ain't amazing defensively, Arsenal's attack has been poor for a lot of periods.
Pieces, bro. Set pieces. They're leaking goals at set pieces.
Hold on. I agree it's your window, but there is a key cog in your set pieces, yeah? A massive cog that's fucking missing. Yeah, you ain't got Gabriel.
He's not the only one that scored from set. You're right.
He's very important to it.
You're 100% right.
Watching Madrid, yeah, I don't even think you necessarily need to rely on set pieces to break them down. I think that you can get past
the same guy that said don't give them hope. Look at it.
No. It's not hope. I'll be real. Like, I've watched other teams completely outplay them, and Madrid have set them packing. I saw them do it to my team a couple of years ago. It's peak. It's not nice, but like the way they're set up, they're so easy to cut through, so easy to play through. It's just who is going to get on the end of all of that playing. That's the question.
That's the question there, though, T, is you need the players to play through the lines like that. Rice doesn't do that. He drives through the lines, but he don't play through the lines. And when you got, I feel like Madrid, what they're going to do is combat Arsenal with a physical midfield. And I think if they start like a Tchouaméni, Camavinga in there, to try and bolster up that midfield, I don't think Arsenal going to have that much problem.
Suspended.
Tchouaméni's out. But still, then you could throw. Do you know? I always say you throw.
That ruined your frame of thought, didn't it? That ruined your frame of thought, didn't it, George?
It might play Valverde.
He was rolling. He was like,
no, you can put Modric if you really want to. All right, let's take away the physicality. You put a Modric in there, you just got class.
Your whole point was based on physicality.
Yeah, literally.
It was. If you said Tchouaméni, we can. All right. But you can take Tchouaméni out there and throw Jude in there. Jude's a big body, bro. Jude's gonna combat nice in there. I think if you pay Jude in the 8, you drop him a little bit deeper. You've got someone who's gonna combat. I know he's not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna lie. Say Jude's big body's mad. I'm not gonna lie.
What you're asking Real Madrid to do is one of their most impactful players played in that 10 role to drop into an 8. So basically, everyone's gonna say Ancelotti's accommodating for Arsenal. No. Real Madrid need to go out there and play what they
want. Don't you think they do that, though? They accommodate to the other teams. They're always...
Yeah, they do. That's what they do. They do.
Arsenal at home. So wait, it's at the Emirates, isn't it?
Yeah, first game.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. If it's at the Emirates, there might be a little tweak in there. They might try and cram it a bit and try and go on the break. Because the truth is, Dap said it perfectly the other night. When you go to the Emirates this week, you need to take a 2-goal lead minimum. Bro, and when you deep it, English teams, in the last 5-6 years, in fact, most teams, when the second leg is at the Bernabeu, they go through. You're out. Like, and you have to do a fuckery at home. Like you have to proper fuck them up. In this week, you have to fuck them up because going to the Bernabeu is just Arsenal, like George is saying,
fucking up Madrid. That's hilarious.
It down. Saka and Odegaard are back, couldn't they? But will you put the ball in the back of the net? Will you take your chances? Like, there's no way you as an Arsenal fan right now are confident. You might think you can win 2-1 or get a result, 100%. But you're thinking like Dap said, 2-goal plus. Do you believe that your guys can take these chances in the week? Like, do you
sorry, and Kunle, when I say fuck them up, the reason why I say that is because we've had
our only hope. I get it.
No, because we've had first legs against them at our gaff, and we ain't never qualified, We've led going into that second one. Same with Chelsea. Chelsea have led going into the second leg. I swear it was 3-1 going into the second leg, whatever.
No. We were
was it 2-0 up?
We were down 3-1 in the first leg. Then in the second leg, when we went to the Bernabeu, we went 3-0 up
3-1,
to make it 4-3, and we still got knocked out.
Yeah, we've been up going there. It's just, bro, that Bernabeu is it's a different thing, and you have to make this week. That's why getting Saka fit for this week was so important. because Saka has to fucking cook this week. Has to cook.
Or Kyle, this is time. This is what they
It
want.
is, it is.
Under the
Shit,
nets.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, I think we'll win at the Emirates, bro. Personally, my issue is the Bernabeu. Like my issues there because anything goes there. Decisions, the atmosphere, the spirit. Like they could be 2-0 down with 3 minutes to go, and I'm still squeaky bum.
This is why.
You know what I'm saying?
This is why I was laughing when you were saying
like, the form of them and that stuff.
Decision.
The thing is, whenever it comes to Real Madrid, I don't look at form ever when it comes to a Champions League game because they're a different animal there. But what I have seen is that they do look suspicious when it comes to set pieces. In fact, the whole of La Liga kind of looks suspicious when I see them in European games when it comes to set pieces. So there's a potential opportunity there. Can we take 2 set pieces to go 2-0 up and prevent them from scoring? Is it impossible? It's not impossible. Is it unlikely? Yeah, it's unlikely, but you can never say never. Like, our players need to come into that game and just say, fuck it. But you know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to play for this season.
You know what?
We got 2 games to save our season.
I'm not gonna lie, like, for a team like, because obviously Chelsea and Man City have played Real Madrid recently. If we take away, like, obviously them 2 clubs, the other big clubs, obviously Liverpool in a knockout, it'd be either United if we was there, obviously, or Arsenal if we were there. This is your chance now. You haven't played Real Madrid in the Champions League knockout for what, nearly 20 years?
Yeah, and then we beat him with Giroud, Senderos, and fucking Flamini left back. So,
bro, when you things have happened. This is me and my brother were talking about. So my brother's an Arsenal fan, and like this is where
your brother's a half-time Arsenal fan.
Yeah. When they're doing well, when they're in my one of them. But when you think about it as players, right? This is where you can test if players really, really want it or not, that mentality. Because, you might lose the game. Look, over 2 legs, you might go out. But like you said, it's at the Emirates, under the lights. Gabriel's out. But this is a chance for all these other players that are squad that are fit to rise up, rise to the occasion, stand tall, do what Arsenal fans basically do on Twitter, but do it on a football pitch. Puff that chest out. You know what I'm saying, though? Not you, but you know what I'm saying? Puff that chest out. And I want to see, even if Arsenal, get a win 2-1, the mentality of the team. This is going to test I don't want to just see about the result. I want to see the mentality of the team. Because for me, if I was a player, say I was running in the dressing room, and we're shaking the leg to Amapiano or whatever after full-time games in the league, then we come to the Champions League. This is what I want to see us, man, in the group chat, hyping each other up. This is what I want to be a professional football player for. I want to see Real Madrid come to my game in the Champions League quarterfinal, and we want to take it to them. You know what I'm saying? You should get me in the dressing room, to be fair.
I hate you. I'm not going to lie.
You hate me because it's the truth. You love it because you feel the energy. That's what your players have got to be like.
Nah, I hear it. Because if everything is doom and gloom, we're going to get taken out. Like,
listen, the key. Go on. No, go on.
I think the key is just everyone just needs to get behind this man for these 2 games. And whatever you think about Arteta, in, out, all that shake all about stuff is whatever in it. But we got 2 games to potentially save our season, or we're going into that Liverpool game, not only giving them a guard of honor, having nothing to play for after that game as well. So we need to just go for broke.
So you tell us, you're right. You need to back your boy Arteta for these next 2 games, I want you to tell me what weird shit Arteta is going to do in that dressing room before the game, because he's done the light bulb, he's done the pickpocket, he's done win the dog, What weird shit is he going to tell in the next couple of days? I guarantee you it comes out. He's done something.
You know what? This is what he's going to do. I got it. This is what he's going to do. He's going to line up the whole squad. And in the pitch, gonna line them all up. Everyone turn away from me, And if I tap you on your shoulder, that's you're leaving the club at the end of the season, isn't it? So he's gonna walk up and down the back of them, breathing down certain people's necks, standing behind people for a certain amount of time. Boom, everyone maybe someone will walk away, they won't know. To the point, then everyone turns around. And I say, look, he says, look around. Do you know anyone missing? He said, they're like, no. But if you were scared that you might lose your role, then that's what you need to fix for
He's
Real
practiced
Madrid
this.
Pillar's
practiced this.
Yeah, he's practiced this.
Pillar's practiced this.
I've definitely done a morning meeting with myself.
I think someone put this. Where is it? What did someone put? Someone said he's going to play Hala Madrid. Yeah, he's going to be. Bro, Because
you played the Liverpool anthem.
That's what I think. I've seen that before.
The whole
Yeah.
thing is, I
You're only
guarantee
dissing that
this
because
is
we
the
didn't beat
problem.
them. If we beat
This
them,
is
you
the
got to be
problem.
singing his praises.
When you play at the Bernabeu, whatever he does, whatever speech is said in that dressing room, however gassed up he gets your players, when you go out on that pitch and they hear that fucking weird music, yeah, head gone. You're losing. Like, it's simple as. And when you score, when they score, and that music comes on, yeah, bro, it's a long day. Long day. But
none of us can see the future, but I hear it.
I do think, bro, I think you win the first leg, though. I honestly do think you win the first leg.
I don't think no one will be shocked. It's just the gap of how they win it. That's how I think. That's the big thing. Guys, make sure you smash the likes, by the way. Make sure you run up the likes. There's 500 you in the building. We're only on 90 likes. I'm sorry, the math is not mathing at all. So, guys, we need to get to at least 150 likes right now. Make sure you smash a like. I'm going to pause for 5 seconds. I'm not even going to talk. You lot can all hit the
I might have to do camera off. I might have to do the
camera
camera
off.
It might have to be a camera off thing.
Everyone on strike.
On strike, man. What's going on? We need to get the likes up to 100, like right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
How are they not on 100?
We're asking the same question, bro.
Yeah. Well, there should be 150.
People that I sent here to tap in for my debut. You better be smashing that like button. I'm not debuting for nothing. Smash that like button, man.
Basically, yeah, you have to smash your like button, the like button for your boy, yeah, because if the like button is not smashed, yeah, then
all right, I'm liking it. We're on 100 now.
He ain't coming back on, yeah, because clearly, yeah,
we're back.
You're not liking it for your boy, innit?
Let's get to 200, though. I'm seeing them fly up. See, look, it wasn't this hard. We're already on one. Got up by 40.
It's like they don't think I could be at a brunch in the sunshine or something. You get me?
Oh. Summer started. The man them could be outside.
Listen, there's bitches out in summer dresses, yeah, and we're here.
It's that season. Trust me.
It is that season. Trust me.
That season never stops over here.
Yeah, right.
Big up AD.
And they fit better over there as well, couldn't they?
I'll bring this AD one back up later because we are going to talk about the Manchester derby. To be fair, we're going to go into it now, to be fair.
And see, I hear what you're saying 100%.
KDB to Phil Foden.
I hear what you're saying, but that isn't how it went. But that isn't how it went. Like, what are we doing? It didn't go David Silva to KDB. They played together. What are we talking about?
No, but it was the transition of like captain to like the creative star. That's what it was.
They played together, bro. They played together. Completely different style players.
Together, Silva started in 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
so
I do hear it. Listen, I fully hear it. I got called out on LB's channel the other day by this City fan because I said, for me, the form that Foden is in at the moment and the fact that it's come out that he's got personal issues, for me, he should not be starting. Like, you don't try and play a player back into form when you're also trying to play the team back into form. It don't make sense. Someone said I was talking complete nonsense and Foden should be starting every game still. And I was like, what? How am I talking nonsense? What football are you watching? Tell me when Foden has been good this season. So I do hear it, but that's why we're going to get Verts in the summer. So I hear what you're saying, but it's actually going Silva, KDB, Verts. Yeah? Not Foden.
But you know what? He was meant to be the heir to the throne, though.
Yeah, bro. He's still. And listen, one bad season, bro. Hold on. Let's be real. Real. Your boy had one good season, yeah. Cole Palmer, yeah, and he's your best player, right?
Yeah, facts.
Phil Foden in your player's best season, yeah, got Player of the Year, and Foden's had previous good seasons. So we're not going to judge Foden on one season like that, are we?
No, I don't think. I've never thought Foden is a bum. I thought there's been times where he might have been overrated, but I've never thought he's a complete.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Like complete bum. However, this form is worrying.
Both. It is, but there is context to it with the fact that tell me a City player whose form hasn't been worrying this season.
Yeah, but that's I think the reason why he's under scrutiny. For me, I still think he's a baller, but the reason why the scrutiny is increased is because of the PFA Player of the Year.
Yeah. Which is that, bro. I've always said it. When you earn the accolades he got last season, yeah, that's cool. And he got the credit for that, right? But you're now on a pedestal. And I said this, I will judge you based on last season, because last season, at the start of it, we said, with KDB not fit, Foden, you need to step up. Foden stepped up last season and was one of the main reasons we won the league last season, yeah? And he got the accolades. But I agree with you, we now have to judge him on that. And this season has not been good enough. And it's gonna be a massive, massive season next season because we will be getting a 10 in the summer. I am very confident we get Wirtz, yeah? We've also got Marmoush. We've got Echeverri there. There's a lot of players that can play that 10 role now, right? And so if Foden doesn't fucking up his game, I think, like, at the end of next season, it would be a big conversation. The end of next season, if he's not stepped up, it's like, ooh.
The end of next season is probably going to be the year when Pep, it may not leaves, but he's probably going to announce if he's leaving the year after at the end of his contract or not. And that's where it's going to start to get spooky times for Foden because new manager comes in. They're not going to accept this up and down level.
No, but it's already there. But not even the Pep thing. Bro, it's the whole thing is we've just got a new sporting director, right? And that sporting director will have been told, look, you're very important to this rebuild because we know Pep is probably going to be going. So you need to drive this rebuild forward. And he's coming in with fresh eyes. He's seen what he's seen this season. And he's probably saying, look, I know I've been told that this guy is a golden child. This guy is the future of Manchester City. But Khaldoon, how much is he the future?
I don't think he has. He won't have that much. He won't have that much.
No, he will have. No. Bro, hold on. With the sporting director, I'm not saying he has all the power, but it already will have been a conversation just for me to know, is this guy really untouchable? Where, like, because a few seasons ago, Khaldoon said winning the league that season was less important than Foden becoming a regular. Like, he was saying the importance of Phil Foden's growth through our academy and everything about this club is more important than us winning another league. He literally said that, yeah? So I think the sporting director will be saying, look, are you telling me Foden's unreplaceable? Or if he has another bad season, are we thinking maybe it's time for him to move on? I think it will be a conversation.
Do you know what it is? It's like with Foden, like the questions I believe are being asked of him is did he only perform well when he was was surrounded with talent and stuff? And people could argue that last season is when he stepped up, etc. But if you look at it, coming into last season, he wasn't considered the main man. It was like De Bruyne got injured. Can you step in for a bit? Not like take over. It was like step in for a bit. And the fact that it was just the step in for a bit, I'm sure he was quite mentally relaxed. Like,
that's not true, bro.
Still here.
That's not true. That's not true.
Maybe not. But let me land, and then you can come in. Let me land. Maybe he was like, but because let's be honest, Rodri should have won the Players of the Year last season because he was the driving force with Man City. But that's neither here nor there. So now this is the first time where the main focus, like, it's the baton has been passed. This is your club now. De Bruyne is kind of in and out of the team. This is your club now. And the first season, it's been considered his club. It seems to have gotten on top of him. Does that mean he can't bounce back? Of course not, because he's super talented, won loads of trophies, and his ability is second to none. But is it more of a mental thing that he's going to keep going deeper in his head, or he's going to break out? This is just a one-off season. Let's go again next year. We actually don't know.
Yeah, I think the baton. I think the baton was actually handed over. It was, when you say last season, it was kind of, can you step in for a bit? It wasn't. You know, it was, now is the time for you to step up. It was, bro. Now it was, bro. Because we knew.
De Bruyne hasn't been the same this season, but also last season. So I feel like it was the handover.
Yeah, but when De Bruyne came, was it that Newcastle
game?
No,
but right, because when he came back in January, it was
he was a driving force.
Hold on. No. But then,
like 2 or 3 games, and it was like,
it was a fill-in. He was a fill-in. It wasn't a takeover yet.
Hold on. That's completely different things. That's two completely different things. Saying De Bruyne came back in and had a good game doesn't mean that actually no.
You're not going to understand. The point is though, whenever KDB came back into the team, Foden got shifted to his old role again, which was go back out on the left, go back out on the right. Big man's back in his position.
No, he didn't. He didn't, bro.
Back end of the season,
he didn't, bro. He didn't.
Back end of the season, Foden continued to play in the 10. But for the first 6 months or so, he was not playing 10 when KDB was there.
What are you talking, bro? Literally, you're chatting shit because KDB was injured.
I know what I watched, George.
KDB was injured for the first 6 months of last season. So you weren't watching it, bro. You literally
he was back in January, so it wasn't 6 months in January, was it? But,
Right.
but then, Daps, you're just showing yourself to the fact you didn't listen, because I just said when he came back in January, and then I said, okay, for the first 6 months, August to February / because he got injured again after he came back around February, March. That's when he.
No, he didn't.
Time,
no, he didn't.
KDB
He
not got injured again.
No, his legs just kept falling off. So fucking, as in literally, he was tired, so he's being subbed off. That's what happened. He came back.
Wait, if his legs are falling off, so
hold on.
His minutes are being managed. He's clearly injured or holding a knock or something.
No, bro, he's just 33. Like, bro, literally, I'm sorry, George, but it's like me trying to tell you about a player and what games he played last season. Hold on.
You said he missed 6 months, yeah?
No,
but
hold
then
on.
I'm seeing here. He had a groin strain in March. And further, he was furtherly out in April as well. So I'm not wrong.
For how long? For how long? Say how many days? Say how many days?
Groin strain. It doesn't matter.
Say how long? I say how many days in it?
Last year.
Right, George. De Bruyne was injured until January. Came back and was coming on as a sub. Yeah, and literally, Foden was staying in the same position. De Bruyne had a good period when he came back. And then basically from that point, yeah, his game time was being managed because, as an example, we played Arsenal. He was shit, so he got subbed off. We played Liverpool. He was shit, so he got subbed off. His legs are gone. Now, if he had a little 6 days out here or there, I'm not classing that as a De Bruyne was injured again. Honestly, Foden did not get shifted out to the left last season. Bro, like Deepic, go and check. Foden was playing in the same pocket all last season. All last season, bro.
I have a quick question though. So, in regards to you talking about whether that baton has actually been or had actually been passed over or not, obviously we know now he's cutting at the end of the season. All of that talk, but all of that talk about him going to Saudi or whatever, that was there from last season as well.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit prior to that. So, do you think that maybe that's also a reason for the baton of being passed last season? If you're saying it was. That they know, okay, KDB's cutting, so
yeah. Bro, I kind of thought last season, end of last season would have been the right time for KDB to go for me, but because he had 1 year left on his contract, he stayed. Like there were warning signs last season. I remember saying, me and Cass doing shows, and me saying it's so important that like we're seeing. The minute KDB plays 1 or 2 games, and we saw it even in the Euros, by the way, he started the tournament good for Belgium. By the end of it, he just looked leggy because he's 33 years old, and he's 33 years old, and he's had so many injuries. Like, one of my concerns even now is now that he's come out and announced he's leaving, I don't want that to now mean that he has to start every single game. Yeah, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, we've got to give him the send-off.
I don't even think it will be like that. I think there's too much riding on you guys getting top 4.
Yeah. Yeah, but bro, Pep, De Bruyne will start today. Like the prime example. I hear what you're saying, yeah, but today,
but it's a derby.
No, loyalty. It's a loyalty thing. A bit like with the clock, bro. Yeah. Bro, have you not heard? Bro, go and check out our fan base and how much they're frustrated about Pep always in the big games reverting back to Bernardo, KDB, Gundogan, and like our average age of our midfield being like 33, 34 years old. Midweek we played Leicester. Today we have Manchester United. Against Leicester, KDB, Foden, Bernardo Silva were all rested, yeah? So you know they're starting today, innit? You know they're starting today.
And that's why it's a big game today. Guys, make sure you smash the likes, by the way. Make sure you keep carrying on doing that. It's Sunday, Super Sunday starting soon. So we're going to be talking on these Sunday games now. Make sure you are running up the likes. But I'm very intrigued today. Obviously, I've got my PSG top on today. I'm just feeling I've got a blue tracksuit on today, so it matches. I haven't got the United shirt. But you know,
nah. Manchester Derby Day, you're wearing a PSG. Nah, bro.
That's actually nasty work.
I was talking about this when I first
crazy. That is crazy. Nah, bro, you don't get to.
And a man tries to bring the AM9 pillow.
Nah, bro, I'm a little freaking bro. This
I had
is
to
not
ask
AM9.
Not on at all. Me, at least I played yesterday. That's why I can wear neutral today. Do you know what I'm saying?
None of this neutral. Let's talk on a City derby. Because you know
bro, this is, bro. You can't even. I don't want to hear any Man U chat from you, bro. Where's Kaz?
Nah, you can hear it. You can hear it because
I want to hear him predict. He's gonna predict a win. I'm waiting for it.
Nah. Do you know what? Me and Dap's done a sick preview on
when he starts the. Do you know what? That's when you know something.
And like. It's one of them games, yeah. But now George, this is the realness, yeah. Man United under Amram. I'm an Amram fan, yeah. Let's put it out there. I'm an Amram fan. I'm backing him.
Wait,
and I
wait.
think,
First
you
of
know,
all, you're a fan of every manager at Man United.
Yeah,
Don't say I'm Amri fan. I'm a Ten Hag fan. I'm an Ollie fan. You're just a Manchester
you know what it
United.
is? Can I answer this? Can I answer this? Let me answer this. You know what? I'm going to answer this. Yeah. I've got,
When was the last time you didn't like a manager,
With our
Ty?
channel, yeah. Because I can actually answer this.
This guy was riding
You know what
out
it
for Anthony Martial,
Since-
so anything goes with time.
Since I started streaming, now do you know what it was? I got done with a judge because since I started streaming, yeah, I liked Ollie because he had Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford and that all cooking. Then Ten Hag I was a fan of. I said I wanted him way before he was even linked. Daps didn't even know that. And then Amrim, I actually like him because the way he talks. But if I started streaming before,
Bro, that's as bad as Spurs fans and Ange back a year ago.
Amrim, but also the way he projects himself, the way he comes across, I can see he's real with it. But the thing is, if I started streaming about 5 years ago before that, I hated Moyes. Yeah, I hated Mourinho. So like, if I was streaming, I would have been getting rotted, yeah, because I was calling these managers. Moyes was done anyway. But Mourinho, yeah, Mourinho, I hated him from day one. I was streaming at them points. Oh, George, trust me, it would have been a madness.
But, you did. You're right on that. That's the only one. And Moyes, but all of you lot hated Moyes. It was weird.
I arrived at the wrong time because I like the managers. But anyway, here we are, 5 years later, yeah. And Man United have not been great at home this season, unfortunately, under Amrim, especially games we should be winning, like, you know, when you look at the Brentfords, whoever it is, and Fulhams and stuff like that. But in the big games, we've actually been all right this season. Obviously, the Liverpool game, we had the Arsenal game, we've had the City game, where you think about it, the last time we played City, FA Cup, we beat them. Last time we played City in the Etihad, we beat them in the league. So there's no reason, obviously, with Haaland out, De Bruyne, unfortunately, not looking the same at the moment. You got Foden a bit off colour. You don't know which Foden's going to turn up, even though he's good at Old Trafford when he's played. Look, this is a Man City team that are coming with a bit more pressure, George, than what Man United are. It's a derby, by the way. Let me just say, we all want to win a derby, George, yeah? But we've got 25% of an eye on the Europa League. It's the only way of getting into the Champions League. City are all in on this getting top four. They need the Champions League. Pep is staying. They're going to know KDB's moving on. He's announced it at a good time psychologically because he's done it just before the derby. Is that going to rally them now to perform today? But when you look at it, Man United have played better in the bigger games this season. We're playing with a bit less pressure today because City are looking for top four. They're the ones that is a must win. So I'm not saying we're going to win. But when I talk when I talk about Man United playing at home against City, and I look at the previous seasons, and if you said to me, "Do I think we're going to win?" I'm like, no. Like I'm not confident.
No, yes, you are, bro. Today, you do it. Hold on, Ty. I hear what you're saying, and from our show yesterday, you are right with some of the shit you said. But what you just said there is, most seasons, no, bro, you do these speeches every season. Like, be real with yourself. You do this, bro. You know you do these positive speeches before you play us every season, yeah? Now, sometimes you're right, but don't come in here and go, usually I'm not confident like this. I hear this same speech from you every season, yeah? You're always positive. You're Mr. Positive, so don't act like usually I'm Mr. Negative.
I'm realistic.
Oh, wait, what I wanted to bring in, yeah, because I knew you were going to do this, and I saw it coming. I saw it coming a long way, you know, Manchester derby, look at the previous results, all of this and all of that, and you usually have decent games. What I didn't like is you said you
result for us.
Yes, I hear that, but you said that you played good in the big games this season. All right, let's just take it back a second. You lost against Nottingham Forest in the last game. Yeah,
no, but come
Arsenal, you drew against Arsenal. You lost against Tottenham 3 times this season. You drew against Liverpool, which was like a big result for you guys. Let's remember when you guys got the draw, it was like, oh, we got a draw at Anfield and all of this. Yeah, it was like a huge result. Again, you lost against Manchester City. You lost against Forest.
When
before that. You lost against Arsenal.
We beat City.
You lost against City. I'm talking about the game in December. You lost.
No, they won. They won.
I'm just saying, you guys won.
Yeah, they won.
The one City game. Okay, the one City game. You beat City when they was in a horrible run of form.
Yeah.
But every other team you lost against. Then when we look at, let's take away just from the big game record. Your home record is quite literally one of the worst in the Premier League.
I agree.
So your mic's off, T.
Oh, you know about me or T. Yeah. Yeah. Karen George about the home record.
Yeah, no. So your home record is the thing that I find most worrisome. Like, even in the smaller games, you guys have been losing to like some teams you would not expect. No. Are you not worried about this home record just taking a hold?
No, because when we obviously we drew against Arsenal. I don't know what the result was when we played Liverpool at home. Or if we played them at home, my mind's just going a bit cuckoo.
I'm pretty sure they beat you.
But in terms of us, I just feel like we're actually better away from home. But anyway, even in a derby day, I just feel like when you're playing at home and the way City are coming into this game and the way Man United are,
Beat
Yeah,
you 3-0.
I feel like I feel like anything is possible today, but I am more worried when we play the teams we should be beating on paper. That's what worries. I'm more worried when we play the teams we should be beating on paper. Today, I'm less worried than I would be. We're playing Fulham at home. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what I would say? Because look, City haven't been great this season, 100%. We all know that. However, since January, since we made the changes in our team, brought a few defenders in, brought in a defensive midfielder, brought in Marmoush. Since then, we have lost to Arsenal, who are above us and currently better than us. Liverpool, above us, better than us. Real Madrid, better than us. And Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest, who again are above us and better than us. Since the January transfer window, we've won every game against a team that is below us, apart from we drew with Brighton, right? So this is not City of December. This is a different City. And this is a City that, yeah, it's a derby. That's the only reason I am here saying, and Ty is right. Look, the one thing with the Manchester derby, this is not like Chelsea Spurs, yeah, where over the last 30 years, Spurs have won once. This is not like a lot of derbies. Like
Everton again for George
Won once at Stamford Bridge. Just to
at Stamford Bridge, whatever. Whatever.
Is that what you want to stand on?
But the same thing is, if we go with the all right, one at Stamford Bridge, cool. With Everton, Liverpool, same thing. Everton usually gets stuff, maybe get a point at their gaff, right? With City and United, yeah, you can look at it being when United were dominant and City was shit, or you can look at it when City were dominant and United was shit. It goes either way. And furthermore, home or away. There's been seasons where they rock up to the Etihad and get a result. We go to fucking Old Trafford and it's like our second home, right? It's just one of these weird fixtures. But I just think we will be up for it too much today. Like, you're going to see, I think, a good performance from City today. I think the KDB thing...
And also, it is a must-win, Daps. When you look at
it's a must-win for us.
Villa won yesterday. Chelsea obviously played...
it is a must-win, bro. No one's doing us no favours. No one's doing us no favours. You've got fuck all to play for in the Premier League. You ain't getting relegated. You ain't getting no European football through that. We have a lot to play for. You've got fuck all to play for, apart from pride.
It might work in our favour because we're playing freely without that pressure. What were you going to say, TTB?
No, I was gonna say Dap said no one's doing him a favor. I'll be real. I'll put it in the chat. You man can go and free that Chelsea lineup. I think.
That lineup is stinky, bro. I love it, bro. It's amazing.
Oh my god, that lineup stinks. No Palmer, no Jackson, no.
Who's left back? Is it
no left back?
He's put Gusto at left back.
Has he got eyes on Thursday?
On Thursday, you know. you tell me the team that we're playing on Thursday, Dap.
Conference League priority, yeah.
Hold on, Ty. Don't you fucking laugh, because you told me yesterday you've got eyes on Thursday, yeah. So don't be laughing at him when you're in the mud with him.
No, I'm sorry. Europa League is something to have an eye on. Conference League is not.
True. To be fair,
if you look at United, yeah, I don't know where they are. Like they're 14th, probably not going to qualify for Europe. The only way they can do that is by winning the Europa League. So if they have one eye on Thursday, I understand it.
Yeah,
we're trying to go for top 4. We are playing a team. I'm telling you now, 75% of our fan base do not even know
what they called. What are they called?
Leisure Warsaw.
Oh right, yeah. I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
But you couldn't name me 2 of their players if you really wanted to.
I know I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
You need to tell us their names.
Europa League. Bro, the problem is, I could, but unfortunately I can't pronounce it. So I know their whole team, bro. I know their whole team.
Oh yeah, facts.
I'm not gonna lie though. Brentford away.
That number 9, bro. That number 9.
It's not an easy game. It's not an easy game.
I don't like how you both tried to move on without giving.
You know what? I was about to say we lost focus. We didn't concentrate.
Neither of you wanted to actually predict your teams to win.
It shows already that TT's not happy. So that's what it shows to us already. We'll stay focused. But Kunle, we said, you think we can get a result today?
Of course I do, man. Like in Amarim, we trust.
My little United in my little pocket. I always can rely on Kunle.
In Amarim, look, the sheer fact that there's literally, you lot need to just figure out on trying to get some decent football like performances towards the end of the season and winning that European trophy. Those are the only 2 things, because you're not going to lose enough points to get relegated. So at the end of the day, like, one thing that you need to stop doing is starting Garnacho, bro. If he starts, I don't know.
Carry on, because I'll rebuttal. Carry on.
I don't know, because for me, that kid is not a Manchester United footballer. He's if he went to Vitesse, he'd bad it up. Lille, bad it up there, man. And like all them type of clubs there, and he might even go to Portugal, do a thing there. But the Premier League, playing for one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest in the world, the pressure's too much for him. And he's one player that believes he's him before becoming him. I've never seen it before. Like, I'm like, the guy must watch that bicycle kick every morning and think, yeah, that's me, bro. That is freaking me.
Sorry, Marcus. Oh, hold on. This comment here. Bro, No, but so Marcus. Hold on. So Marcus is cooking you a little bit, Ty, because he can't believe that, like, or if it's not you, he's cooking somebody, it might be in the chat, yeah, that basically hasn't got chest today. So he's saying, am I bugging? Isn't this game at Old Trafford? Bro, my response to that is exactly what Ty said. Am I bugging? Is your form under Amorim not worse at Old Trafford than it is away from home? So it being at Old Trafford, yeah, means fuck all, bro. What it means is ultimately that if you concede a goal, that whole ground will turn toxic, right? Like it's been doing every season. It being at Old Trafford, like I'm not going to lie.
Even in the Manchester derby, you reckon?
Oh, yeah, bro, even more so. You concede a goal in the first 15, 20 minutes, yeah? That place will turn toxic. Of course,
they
get one back.
Score a goal in the first 10 minutes. You never know.
Bro, if
the
they
stadium
score,
erupts.
And you're right, because the one thing I'll give United, yeah, is Old Trafford's loud, bro. The atmosphere, this season, the atmosphere at a lot of grounds has been bad, yeah? The atmosphere at Old Trafford, yeah, when it's not toxic, it's loud as shit. United score, that place is loud. Like I never underestimate where people underestimate that's. But
and even
I just think
Marcus,
it's worrying there.
Yeah, like I just read up all his comments. Marcus, yeah. I'm actually one. I don't know if you want about people in the chat. I'm actually the one pitching a case of why I think we can get a result today. And we have won the last derby at the City at Etihad. Yeah, they're out of form, but at the end of the day, it's a derby. We can win games at Old Trafford, and we're probably playing freely today, which might benefit us. But going back to your point, yeah, Garnacho, I think it's a very interesting one, yeah, because I actually said to Daps, and we'll link it as well, because obviously they've been playing Matthias Nunes at right back, Kunle. And I was thinking if Pep plays Nunes at right back, that's a sort of, I was looking at it as United, right? We don't score enough goals. We don't create a lot of chances. But if you're going to try to capitalize on City, where can we expose them? That's how I'm looking at it from a tactical point of view. Where can we expose them? And look, I've always said it from day. Garnacho, for me, much better off the bench. When he plays physically against a player that starts from 90 minutes, he can't do it. But when he comes off the bench against tired legs, he tries to do this thing. He can make a bit of an impact. However, I've got to put my opinion aside and know that today, Kunle, Garnacho is going to start. But I agree with your point. But Garnacho is going to start on that left channel. He's probably our only outlet. Xerxes comes deep for the ball. Højlund tries to stretch it, tries to come deep, doesn't really know what he's doing, coming or going sometimes. Bruno Fernandes, it's Bruno Fernandes. He's the one that's going to try and play that pass. I'm thinking of Garnacho getting in behind, whether it's Nunes or Kujanov, as our outlet to try and...
Yeah, bro, he ain't getting in behind Kujanov.
But if it's Kujanov, he's quicker than Nunes, and he's also a natural defender. He'll probably be tougher. But Garnacho, for me, unfortunately, I'm in a rock and a hard place because I don't really rate him. But right now, we haven't really got outlets because Amad's not here either. So he's going to play. So when I'm looking at Manchester United today, it's probably going to be Garnacho, Bruno, and Xerxes. He might start Højlund because he was rotated against Nottingham Forest. So that's what I'm intrigued to see. And also Højlund can stretch the pitch. But it's where we get in behind. And Garnacho is going to be one of the only ones. And like Dap said, if they play Kujanov at right back, it helps City. If they play Nunes, that gives us the potential outlet. But I agree with you. Garnacho against Forest the other day, shoot on sight settings. I was not happy with it. Decision making. Get your head up. It reminds me a bit of
himself. He
dribbles himself. A bit like Martinelli. That man just dribble with the head down. That's it. That's all they do.
You know what the key is, and again, Marcus, calling Ruben Diaz a bum is mental, yeah. Right, Ruben Diaz this season has not been great, right? He's not had a consistent partner.
Maya Jama, some say that.
But the truth is, bro, like again, Ruben Diaz's first 2-3 seasons at City was unbelievable. There's a reason he joined the Premier League and got Player of the Season. Yeah, not City Player of the Season, not Centre-Back Player of the Season. He got Player of the Season. He's not a fucking bum. Right, if you think he's a bum, Marcus, you really don't know ball, right? Ruben Diaz is not a bum. Now, for me...
because that we all know Diaz is a baller. Don't even
like and let me be clear. Let me be clear. Yeah, I'm honestly, I agree with anyone that said Ruben Diaz recently has not been good. And when I say recent,
You're
I'll
going
probably
rounds with Maya Jama every weekend. You'd be a bit tired for the game. You know?
But the key for me is today, and this is. Although, us as City fans, we all look at different players we want to start going forward, whether KDB starts, Foden starts, Marmoush starts, Doku starts, XYZ, yeah? But for me, the most important thing for City is the back four, right? And I don't know, I just saw someone say Ruben Diaz injured. I ain't heard, but I ain't been on Twitter or nothing today, so I don't know. But I need to see Vardy and Diaz partnership again, right? We've seen it the last game and a half, and at last, Vardy's come out and actually said, although he's happy to do the job on the left side and he enjoys getting forward and getting in the pockets, he said, it's not naturally where I feel comfortable. It's not naturally where my physique sits. It's not what... That Vardy-Diaz partnership, Kuzanov on the right and Nico Gonzalez on the left, yeah? If we go with that, I'm very confident that United can't do fuck all to us, right? And listen, the sample size is small, but that is the back four I believe in, yeah? But
Nico Gonzalez on the left.
Sorry, not Nico.
I'm just hearing. I'm hearing you make a point that then you're going to your own point. So you're going to make
George, sorry, let me rewind that. Sorry, I didn't mean Nico Gonzalez. I meant Nico O'Reilly. Sorry, Nico O'Reilly on the left. Vardy, Diaz, Kuzanov, right?
That's what I want. Right back.
No, he's not, bro. But we ain't got a natural right back. He's a better right back than he's a defender. Nunes, yeah, I agree with Ty. We play Nunes. We saw it in the first game. Right? Nunes is not a right back, yeah. Against Leicester, Leicester who offered fuck all, Nunes on the right worked, yeah. Because Leicester offered fuck all, right? A team that has a winger like Garnacho, I think he can get in behind Nunes. Like, Nunes is not it. Whereas with Kuzanov, Kuzanov will smash Garnacho.
Even if he gets in behind, it means nothing, though. That's the thing.
Bro, do you know what? I'm going to be real. My thing, I don't rate Garnacho, yeah? I think his football IQ is shit, yeah? I had this conversation a few months ago when Amorim got rid of Rashford but kept Garnacho. I said, do you know what? Well, to me, it did, right? Because personally, I felt that Rashford and United was just a relationship. Yeah, it was a relationship that needed to end, yeah? Because ultimately, Rashford has been a consistent one under a lot of managers, yeah? He's basically like, it's not my fault. So I think for both parties, that needed to happen. Now, with Garnacho, he's younger, yeah? And I think Ruben Amorim thought, you know what? I might be able to fucking work with this guy. And I think with Garnacho...
as well, he probably comes in training and puts in more effort.
Yeah, bro. I think where's Rashford would be like, I'm Rashford.
Yeah. Probably a bit more chill.
With Garnacho, I think Garnacho would be a bit more like, I probably should listen to the gaffer and work hard. Otherwise, I ain't starting. So I'm gonna work a bit harder.
Does he give you that energy though? Does he give you that energy?
Yeah, do you know what? One thing
with Amorim, I think now with Amorim at the moment,
that Atletico Madrid Argentinian mentality. I don't really question them South American guys. You know, Kunle Garnacho works hard. His ability doesn't show it because we don't really rate him, but he works hard.
And but the whole thing is, but the whole thing is, yeah, with Garnacho is the key is. Like, if I'm Amorim, I'm giving him a set amount of time and I'm saying, listen, yeah, you need to work, like, you need to stop trying to be the star. You need to stop trying to be the white knight, yeah? Sometimes you don't have to be the goal scorer. You don't even have to get the fucking assist. You could be the pass before the pass. It's about the team. I would be giving Garnacho maybe a year max. If that does not change, if his decision-making does not improve, it's like, I'll give up on you because you ain't fucking listening.
Like, we could upgrade that, I don't look at him and think, where can we upgrade?
Which one are you predicting to win?
Me? We must. I'm gonna.
Thank you, George. Thank you.
I'll be real. That's because I'm hearing them go around the house about this player, that player, this. I'm not hearing no one say, my team has got the minerals to get the job done today.
George, what you're saying,
I hear it.
George, so what you're saying is, you don't.
I like the ball talk. I like the explanations, but really, I just want to know, are you going to smash it?
Are you going to smash it?
Yes.
Who's going to smash it?
I want to know.
Yeah, DTV, exactly.
You lot told me, you said, this ain't no analytics. This is straight chord, straight smashing. But tell me, who is winning?
He wants me
to
I won't do predictions. Bro, City winning.
Yeah, Daps don't do a prediction score, but yeah, that's what we need to know.
I City winning because we must. Like, if we don't, we must. Like, and it's one of them ones where not only we must for the sake of us getting fucking Champions League football, bro. The worst period for me, the worst game I've been to this season by a mile is losing to this scum. I can't, bro. They came to our gaff and fucking beat us. Yeah,
deservedly so as well.
Bro, we need to fucking put these man back in a box. Fuck them. Yeah. Like we have to, bro. This is fucking Manchester pride.
Like the BBC, like all we're trying to do is
how can we be playing?
We're just trying to do the BBC drama, innit? We're just trying to show that this city is ours. You get me? That's all we're trying to do.
How in Manchester United's worst ever fucking season, we cannot allow these scummy cunts to beat us twice in a season, bro. We can't.
You're so lucky because I'm like the nicest United fan. I don't wind up people, but you know if I was that friend.
Hey, Daps, he just called you lucky, mate. Don't have it.
I could be, I'm the nicest United fan. I don't send no texts. I don't do no voice notes. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's just one of them ones where
game's gone, man.
Bro, your game's gone. Games is enough, Ty. I see the.
Bro,
you're thinking.
I'm going 2-1 in it. I'm going 2-1. That's what I'm putting my name.
Yeah, but deep this, Ty. You did that yesterday. What you hear? What he just said there, George? I'm going 2-1. Yeah. But he did this yesterday. But he said it could go either way. I'm going 2-1 either way. So Ty, 2-1 to who?
No, he sits on the fence. I see
He's
you.
A crook. On the man came in wearing PSG thinking we weren't pressing on Man U.
You sit on the fence.
Nah, brother, we're on to you.
The kit makes sense now.
And
it makes sense.
And for me as well, Alec, I agree with you. Look, KDB this season, has been very poor, very, very poor, and this is the reason why I wanted him to be the first person out of the door this summer, because it hurts to see like. I think probably most of us have been there where you see one of your legends, all of a sudden just like it go where like I'm seeing De Bruyne shoot and nearly hit the corner flag. Yeah, that it hurts, bro. Seeing, we all know the KDB passes, seeing KDB try and make a 20-yard pass that's basic and it not reaching the player or something, like it hurts. But I don't know. It's one of them ones. He's made the announcement now. We've got United's. I just feel like all we have to do for KDB is he needs a Vinny moment. Yeah, remember Vinny's last season where he put it top bins and won us the league? Today, KDB top bins.
I've got a relevant question. I'll quickly do the super chats after this and we're going to Chelsea. If you get a penalty today, will Marmoush or De Bruyne take it?
Oh, Marmoush. De Bruyne. Bro. De Bruyne's bad at penalties, Bro, for someone that is, and this is not even recently, De Bruyne, when De Bruyne was prime De Bruyne, was shit at penalties. Yeah, like it's mad. Bro, City and penalties, Haaland's missed 3 penalties this season. Like,
it's convincing. Nah, here it is. Okay.
Bro, whereas Marmoush, I back Marmoush. Marmoush is clinical, so.
Okay. Guys, make sure you're running up the likes. Still nearly 500 of you in the building. Super Sunday starting soon. We're going to go into Chelsea talk and Spurs as well now. Guys, I think Foden 100 times better with Rodri in the squad. Rodri orchestrates the midfield and Foden can roam more freely. Big up Eric for the super chat. I appreciate that. And then Midoriya says, Lowit Daps Diaz is, I think he's basically saying, Diaz isn't even better than De Ligt.
Cool.
I think they're just basically players that are both good and they both have little deficiencies in their game. But all set back too.
Hold on, Ty. No. Are you trying to say that De Ligt is as good as Diaz?
I think Diaz is better, but I think De Ligt's actually probably had a bet on seasons. There's not been a massive.
I wouldn't disagree on that on seasons. On seasons.
Diaz is better, but I mean, on this season, De Ligt's actually been all right. Yeah.
De Ligt's shit though. Can we establish that?
I think De Ligt's been all right for him. I think De Ligt's been all right this season. I'll be real.
He ain't shit. There's not a reason you've been at Bayern, Juve, and Ajax captain at 18. You're not shit. Don't do it. It's just
he was never Juve captain. Don't throw the Juve one in for jokes, innit? I'm actually a fan, so he was never Juve captain.
Yeah. I can see you got the kit on today, but your manager got sacked recently. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tough times, tough week.
Tough times. They don't last, Kunle, as you know.
What's going on with Kunle in a Juventus shirt? Ty in a PSG shirt.
Okay. First of all, I'm in the Juventus fan. I've got an excuse. I started watching football on Channel 4. Juve were my team. Football
what do you mean? Like I didn't know about Galazio?
For those who know, who they know.
I know about Galazio.
Hold on, Ty, relax. This ain't about you. And then, second of all, my team played yesterday. My team played yesterday. And so wearing a neutral jersey today means nothing. But your team plays the biggest game, Manchester Derby, today. And you're wearing a PSG jersey and you're not
How
embarrassed.
do you know it's not a reverse psychology?
Are you not
When I wear a
embarrassed?
United shirt, we might not win. And when I wear a PSG shirt,
Yeah, that's why I don't wear City
Yeah.
shirts on game days.
Exactly. Doesn't trust.
Nah, don't give
Oh.
him that out at that because you know that's not what he's doing.
Method to the madness. But yeah, man, guys, make sure you run up the likes. Please make sure you do that. Support the channel. Make sure you check out all the mandem as well. TTB,
Chelsea lineup, yeah.
Chelsea lineup.
Boy.
Talk to me. No Palmer.
TTB,
He's just joined in right now.
We can put him on the big screen if you want.
No,
I don't mind.
basically, look at this. How funny is this? I said to T, yeah, before you the man come in, I said, "Oh, Jackson just come back. Do you think he'll start?" He's like, "Yeah, he'll start." Which I get because obviously they need to. No Jackson and Nkunku plays. Enzo plays in the 10. No Palmer. No Cucurella. You got Gusto at left back. Big game. You don't need to win today. West London derby. You got me playing against you lot and Buemo and all that. Talk to me, bro.
Bro, I know if someone goes back and watches this recording, they'll find the exact moment that I found out about the lineup because I can't hide my facial expressions. I genuinely cannot believe what I've just read on that lineup. Like we were talking about earlier, it's not like Thursday is like, no disrespect to them, some top team in Europe or whatever. I know someone in the chat said they're where they are for a reason. Don't underestimate them. I get that, but I know their level. It's Conference League. Like, in my opinion, the only team that's levels above Conference League is us. So it's not something that we should be resting players for. But I know how Chelsea play when certain people are not in the team. Go and watch Chelsea versus Arsenal. Get Arsenal are a very top structured defensive side. But just go and watch how our attacking approach was with no Palmer and with no Jackson in the team. It's a disgrace. We're doing this woke thing again of playing players not in their positions. We're playing a right back at a left back, okay? And it's not like, okay, let me test it and see if it works. We know it doesn't work. We've seen Gusto at left back before. It doesn't work. Do you know what insanity is? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It doesn't work. We've seen it. Tell me now what KDH offers to this team. I'll wait.
There we calling him KDH now. Is that what we're doing?
There we go. I'm not saying man.
Hold on. What's his first name again?
What I know him.
Kiernan.
Yeah. See, this is the thing.
Yeah. KDH.
You know, bro, when Chelsea like players, they call him on a first name basis all the time. It's Mace. They always call players by first name, and this guy, they're not even calling him by his first name.
No, brother, he don't offer much to my team.
Enzo,
I'll be real, like it's bad.
I actually don't think he's a bad player. I just think he should be at like a West Ham. I just don't think
it's a step too high for him.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you why he was bought. I genuinely couldn't.
No, wait, hold on. TTB, don't you dare do that on my watch, mate. Not on my watch. That's good. You get like he was clearly brought in because he wanted to follow his manager to instill his philosophy, encourage the Chelsea locker room about his style of play, man.
It's not what we needed though, and that's the problem with this Chelsea recruitment policy. You're bringing in players that we don't need.
No, but we're not questioning what you needed. We're questioning why he was brought to the club, and that was clear. I saw it immediately. George, did you see it?
Yeah.
You saw the reason they brought Dewsbury. I saw it straight away. Manager, style of play, bring him with me.
And Leicester knew him. It was.
But it's not every team where you take the manager, you have to bring in a player as well to establish a style of play. A top coach can establish a style of play without that. And that's not me dissing Maresca. That's me saying that KDH didn't need to be brought to do that.
Prayed for him over my
But don't you think though, it was because the Chelsea board tried to make him a bit happy. So like, let's bring you a player. He's going to fit.
He wanted him
without realizing that you already have like the level of Leicester was nowhere near the level of Chelsea. So him coming into that team and being the best player at Leicester,
it made no sense.
He's just in and amongst the rest at Chelsea. A couple of the youngsters are the same level as him who are coming through. So when I looked at the signing and looked at it, I was just like, all right, he's a good player, but this makes no sense. You
Drinkwater 2.0. It's Drinkwater 2.0. Literally.
One of my I said that was going to happen before it happened, albeit it had nothing to do with and me knowing how he plays or whatever, purely because Leicester to Chelsea, Leicester just won something. I can see where this is going. I just felt it in my spirit. But one of my boys says it all the time. A lot of Chelsea fans hounded out Conor Gallagher from the club, myself included. I don't think he had the technical ability to be in our team. And we've downgraded.
Yeah.
We've
Did the same thing with your
actually,
coach though. You downgraded Poch for a
I don't necessarily believe that. I have time for Maresca. I had no time for Poch. Generally, I had no time for Poch.
Poch should be
Brentford
Yeah,
have played
but
their best team.
you got to admit the Poch thing. The Poch thing. The problem with the Poch thing for me is the minute you got him, yeah, it wasn't going to work because Chelsea, right? Chelsea have seen a lot of success, yeah, and what has worked at Chelsea. So what most of Chelsea's fan base know is the bring in a manager, they win shit, they drop off. We sat them. We bring in a new manager, they win shit, they drop off. We sat them, right? You know that, and it's worked for you, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's why when managers land and they don't land very well, it's don't take long for you lot to turn. Now, you put in a manager that is fucking loved at Tottenham, at Chelsea, yeah, know that you're going to turn on him even quicker, yeah, because you kind of don't want
and no previous win history.
Right? Yeah, so yeah, exactly. And I remember saying this to Don. This is my issue with Chelsea, yeah, and CB's spot on with this. You look at the players that they used to have during the period where they were dominant, right?
Yeah.
We just have to, whether you go Essien, whether you go Drogba, whether you go Terry, whether you go Lampard, whether you go fucking Ballack, you could just list a million players, right? The level of the players were winners, yeah? And then the managers you were bringing in were winners, right? Whereas now, it's just not that. And like you said, you're bringing in now Poch. Yeah, Poch was good, but he's not a winner. He's not Ancelotti, right? He's not Mourinho.
Brother,
yeah?
all of this,
Poch isn't a winner.
It stems
exactly.
It stems from above, bro. It stems completely from above. You look at that team. You look at the quality in some players as well as the maturity of some players. Where are the leaders?
Yeah,
I've always questioned this. This is what I've questioned.
Where are the leaders? Where are the experienced people?
Oh,
who can
when the going gets tough.
Ty, you know, we got told in the summer when we were having this conversation with Don, because last summer, not the summer of this season, the summer before, where you were buying a load of young players, me and Cass were saying to Don when he first started coming on the channel, it's just a lot of potential, right? Where are your leaders? Where are your leaders? And then last summer, as in the summer we just had, a year ago, when you were making signings, I was going, it's all great, but again, we were proven right. We were proven right last season when you didn't have leaders, and then again in this window where your leaders, you go, bro, Tossin's a leader, and I'm like, bro, if that is what you're judging as a leader, there we go.
Their most senior leader is Reece James. Unfortunately, never available.
Yeah.
He's having a good run of form now, thankfully.
Yeah,
but
a few weeks, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But when it comes to the age thing, right? Okay, there's a balance, right? I can understand if you're buying young players. I'm thinking, okay, they have to be like top quality. So, for example, someone like Michael Elise, you know his quality. He's proven his quality. He's showing it again. Obviously, I'm just thinking like completely wide here. Someone like Jude Bellingham, again, he's very young. You know his quality. You know he's capable. That type of problem. So when you're buying players like that who are young, but you
don't have a problem with that.
You have no problem with it. Our problem is we're signing young players, and then we're also signing players that we hope that they will get good, so that they will also fit into our system. And if not, then we can get rid of them. Sometimes it works. You look at players like Palmer, for example. Young, came in, was relatively inexperienced in a first team setting, but he is shown to be that he could be one of the best. Someone like Caicedo as well, relatively young, etc. We're now buying people that are joining Chelsea in 2026. It's too many. There's no balance, and that's the problem. So,
what do you think about when you think about it? Then today, if I switch it up and go to like George, say for example, you look at Brentford home game today for them, West London derby, George, and Buemo, Wissa, Kevin Schade, you know they're good on the break, good in transition. Damsgaard in midfield having a good year as well, the Denmark player. What do you think about this game? Because with Chelsea rotating and Brentford, the home form was hit and miss, but we know on their day they were forced to be reckoned with at the G-Tech. What are you saying about this game?
I think looking at the way Chelsea played the other day, I get it was poor. I do think that was a bit of the layover coming off the back of, the international break, still getting back into the flow of things. Plus, it was a game against Tottenham, which is always naturally going to be very cagey. They're going to be wary of their opponents, especially us catching them on the break, because that's where Tottenham do tend to find most of their luck is on the break. I think this game, although Brentford are going to have a lot of chances because they are playing at home, I think Chelsea get through it. I think probably it's going to be a tight one. I don't think it's going to be pretty. Again, when you look at that back line, it's not a comfy one. How long is Reece James going to last in the game? Like, I know he's been back from injury for a while, but he still doesn't look like he's going to be fit enough to play a full 90 at right back.
Yeah, go on, finish.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I completely disagree. For me, in my head, I already had that the game would be a draw because I know what games between Chelsea and Brentford are like, especially at the G-Tech Stadium. That lineup has given me no confidence. You look at who's going to actually progress the ball to get into the box. You're looking at who's actually going to get onto the end of chances, because what's going to happen? And Kunku's the focal point right now. He's going to drop deep. You know, we know exactly where Enzo is best in a Chelsea setup. It's not staying in the 10. It's where he can either make those third man runs from deep next to Caicedo or create from there with the long balls out to the wing. Yeah. We know Gusto struggles at left back. And who's he playing against at left back? One of the most informed right wingers in the Premier League right now in Mbeumo. It doesn't make any sense to
Show
me.
masterclass today, boy.
Bro, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This one,
Brentford are hella dangerous. That's the thing.
Yeah, they are, bro. Brentford are, man. Look, when we beat,
they don't need loads of chances. That's the thing. They don't need loads.
Nah, bro, they're cold, but like, bro,
they're a decent team in transition, and they're quite robust in that midfield as well. Yeah. Chelsea are quite notoriously one of the teams in the upper parts of the table who are not great at dealing with transition threats.
If I'm you, TT, you lot have got to drag it to the 65th minute and let your subs do the work.
I think 100%. I think 100%.
Jackson, Palmer, them are going to come on.
The Hobson Shaw out there looking for blood. Is that what you're saying?
It could be peak. It could be very peak.
You know about this, bro.
In fact, sorry, and you're not wrong with me.
Just quickly, there's 400 in here, 200 likes. Let's get the likes up to 250, please, people. Push the likes up. That last little push.
People are not doing this rant for nothing. Get those likes up.
Genuinely. Yeah, please, people, just get those likes up a bit more. Can I just say one thing for me? This next week, as in these next 5 days for Maresca are massive, and let's just obviously, if you lose today, you're not going to get rid of him. We know he's not going to go, right? However, if you lose today, your fan base is going to be pissed off. Because they're looking at that lineup and going, bro, that lineup is not fucking it. Like, every Chelsea fan is going to be looking at that lineup going, what the fuck? Yeah, right? So if you lose today, if you then go and get a bad result on Thursday, the focus is going to be back on today. Nah, you know what, I've had it with this manager. What fucking lineup is that, Because at the moment, for me as a City fan, I'm looking at this United game today going, we must fucking win it. The reason why I'm saying we must win it is because there's us, you, Newcastle, Villa.
Do you know what the stats are? Just look at it now. There's 2 points between Newcastle, Villa, City, and Chelsea.
Yeah, and at the moment, like on Wednesday when we beat Leicester, I'm looking at Chelsea the day after. Like, Tottenham did us no favours. I'm looking at Newcastle the day we played. They didn't drop points. I'm looking at Aston Villa. They didn't drop points. Aston Villa again yesterday, because I said to Ty yesterday, I'm not focusing on catching up with Forest no more. That's not a focus. The focus is me making sure I'm doing better than the other teams below me, right? Now, you lot are probably looking at this going, right, we lose this game today or we drop points today.
Newcastle and City could be
Champions League football, and this with all of us, like it's kind of for all of us. We just can't lose games. All of us just keep having to win games, and you'll be looking at this game going, "This lineup's what the fuck is this? What is this?"
This is just the nature of the Premier League top 4 race every season, though. When you come down to these last 7 games,
George, I'm just not used to it. I'm just not used to it, bro.
Every game's a must win because now, especially
get a load of this guy.
The biggest thing about this season is there's literally 5 teams in for those 2 spots.
George, tell me how to act. Tell me how to act, George. I don't.
The table
just act like you're acting. That's great content.
Just be worried. Just be worried. That's it.
I'll
be real. Even
we
don't want you to act prepared for the situation.
Are you saying you're drawing today?
Fucking not. I'm not.
You saying you're drawing today, TT? Yeah.
I think it's a loss now.
Okay.
I think it's a loss now.
TTB, come on, man. Big
because
ADH, bro.
No. Don't even try that one. Don't try that. I see what you're on. Don't try that.
Big KDH, no safety. Come on.
West. I can never say that again now. I'm gonna have to say that player. You're gonna know who I'm talking about. That player in midfield. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, like funny, I just yeah.
You know what? Mbeumo's getting something today, isn't it? 100%.
He will have a field day with Gusto at left back. Gusto this season, when he's played right back, has not even looked like the Gusto from last season. He's looked a bit shakier. At left back, on his more unnatural side.
Yeah, I do like Gusto. I've always liked him. He's got good potential, but it's just one of them ones when you play him up against Mbeumo when he's not played left back loads this season.
He looks better on the right. He looks all right on the right.
He's a right back.
Do you know what, Mandem, though? Make sure we smash the like. Make sure you get the likes in, because even though we've all got our little things to worry about, my guy here has got the most to worry about with his do-rag on it, Sunday morning and that laying low. He's trying to hide himself from the camera. I see him gliding that way. You know what I'm saying, Kunle? When his time was coming, I see his face slipping out the screen, because you got
that energy that he used in the start.
You got Ange going back to back like a grime clash with the fans at Stamford Bridge.
George, what is your take on not the fact that he did what he did, yeah, but what is your take on fucking the interview after the game?
Yeah, the interview, even that.
I just found it funny, man. It's just like the guy is an absolute clown at this point.
No, we need to take this in stages. Let's start with the reaction to the incident first. Let's go there first.
The thing is, you already know it's like 4 days. I don't even have a crash out in me at this point for any of this.
And also, can we just add on just quickly as well? Like, all these players are back now, so like the performance, everything. Do you know what I mean, Kunle? We've got everything.
Yeah. We'll definitely get to all of that. But let's start on.
No, but the performance is just what
Thursday
it is.
night.
I already knew.
No, hold on. Thursday night, Sar scored. What was your reaction when you saw that? Let's start there.
What do you mean? My reaction to the goal was that okay?
No, when your manager went like this, like
the thing is that only come out. This you have to remember, innit? That come out after the game or like on Twitter. They didn't actually show that on the broadcast. That wasn't shown on the broadcast. It was only Twitter people.
Okay, when you saw it after you digested the
result, I can't lie though. When I saw it, as much as it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go mad. At the same time, Andrew's been beefing fans for like
he has. There
was a guy in the stand that said, "Oh, what the fuck was that today?" He got
bro. And this is
you said that to me. I see
that.
Who do you think he is, bro? You answer to the fans. The fans are the ones that you answer to. He comes out in press conferences and he says, "Oh yeah, the fans have a right to be upset. They shouldn't be happy with these results." But then he scrutinizes the fans and wants to beef the fans when they're actually fighting him back and telling him they're not happy. And then like that interview done after the game, I was just laughing because he's doing the what me? I don't know what you guys are on about. Like he's doing that. Like you guys must think you must think I'm a prick, bro. That's what he's doing. Like you must think I'm a prick. I don't know what's going on. Like you're doing this, and the worst thing, forget that he's doing this. He's doing this at the same time. He's going.
He come alive in the interview when they started talking about the ref and the red card.
But I'll be real. That's what Ange does. Like, he's one of the managers I find the most annoying in the Premier League, because you try and ask him any sort of sensible,
looking down on the ground,
and he's like,
do you know what?
But what happened to the Ange? I was like, I believe the referee should be given the chance to do their job. The way I grew up,
but he said that, didn't he? He even said, he goes, listen, mate, he goes, if he said something about he said something, what was it he said in the interview after the game? He said, I'm just disconnected from the world now, like maybe I just don't get it. But Alex Crook on Talk Sport went in on him, right? He went in on him. He said, look, the truth is Ange Postecoglou has been found out, right? He's been found out that tactically he's not good. He said, but also, he said, he has been found out that actually, he's just not a very nice person. He's passive aggressive and he's all, and it's the passive aggressive shit where
I don't get mad at a manager being passive aggressive, because if you look at Guardiola, you look at Arteta, they're the exact same other losses.
Yeah, but bro,
Hey, nah, they're not.
If you get a manager, if you're a man with pride and ego, naturally, when you come into a situation like that, you're gonna feel hurt. You're gonna be a bit rude. You're gonna be passive aggressive. All the best managers are, bro. Jose Mourinho was the manager in his face the other day, bro. What are we
You don't even look people in the eye, bro. You don't even look people in the eyes.
It's not what you say. It's not what you say. Yeah, it's how you say it, right? And with Jose, with Pep, yeah, with I think Klopp was similar to Ange. To be fair, he was very passive aggressive, but with Jose and Pep, yeah, they're sarcastic with it, yeah. With Ange, it feels toxic. But I was going to say what Alex Crook said is, he said, you've got to remember, I'm a journalist. I've been round this guy, yeah, and the way he talks to people, he's not a nice person. Like he said, he's just been found out, like the way. But you only see these qualities in people in the worst times, because everyone can be happy in the good times. Everyone can be kind and polite in the good times. It's in the bad times where you get that side that's like, rah. Like, remember when Klopp called out question, like basically called for a journalist to get sacked, right? Why are you trying to get someone to lose their fucking job, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, he's asking you questions, but yeah, man, you want him gone though, innit? And
we've got to wrap up in 5 minutes, right? The key point is yeah, you lost to Chelsea, and we know you always lose to Chelsea. I can kind of put that aside for a second. It's normal. It's normal behavior. We know that. They get their booty slapped every time. So
every time, bro. I'm used to it.
You got to look at it today. All I'm gonna say is, if they lose to Southampton today at home,
brother,
George, don't stream for a week. There's no
I
point.
saw a stat. Yeah, if Tottenham lose to Southampton today, they are the first team in Premier League history to lose to all three newly promoted sides.
It isn't so, George.
That
Andrew's going to be way too tight when he makes
you know what's so fun in games is you guys are going to paint a picture that hasn't even happened, a picture that's not even.
I said if.
Now he's on his
I said
tie.
But that's the point. You put the if, and they're doing, let's paint it.
Yeah,
when the
but
painting arrives, it looks nothing. When the painting arrives, I get that, but when the painting arrives, it looks nothing like what you guys have asked it to be. So what we do know is that Southampton, we've already beat them 5-0 this season.
Solanke and Son are starting. You're at home. You need to build some momentum going into Europa League as well.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the lineup.
You could not lose today. If you lose today, he's done before. He might. Do you know what? If he real question, man. Them. If he loses to Southampton today, does he go before the Europa League?
No, he doesn't.
I
feel like
they're riding it out to see
if he was going to be sacked, he should have been sacked already a few weeks ago. International
before
break,
the knockouts.
He should have been sacked.
No, it's like,
that was the point. He should have been sacked months ago, but especially international break. That was like, we've got a few weeks. You could find a new manager. And worst case, and even me, I've said I don't want this to happen. Like, this is my worst nightmare. But at this point, just knowing how bad the team is, I'd throw Ryan in there. I've heard.
No, you're not the first. I've heard a few. No.
I'm at the point where look, this is the worst ever season Tottenham have had in the Premier League. Literally the worst ever season we've had in the Premier League. We're on course to get to like. I guess we might reach 20 defeats by the end of the season. It's very likely with the games we've got coming up. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, he's not going to save us. The only thing that could save us is just putting in someone else and hoping that we have a new manager bounce. And that's what we need essentially. Is we need someone else to come in and just get us a few wins. So the aim is road to 40 points. Today, hopefully, bring us another 3 points closer.
George, you done with this manager?
Yeah, George is done with him.
I've been done with him time ago, man. Do you know what? I haven't got energy for it no more. I feel I'm literally, my season's done. I don't expect to win in Europa League, so my season's done.
I'll be real with you. I think Daniel Levy literally will have had a conversation with the rest of the board, and because there will have been members of the board, that go into Daniel Levy for probably the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, saying, "Is it time we get rid?" And I reckon he just has said to them all, "Look, he made the statement. He always wins a trophy in his second season." He said, "So let's see. Let's
No,
see.
what
Literally,
Levy's doing
and
is
once he's out of that, Levy will go gone. There you go.
No,
It's a
Levy-
simplistic
Levy-
conversations. You made a promise to the fan base. You ain't kept it. So
Get
you
the
gone.
promise. It's not that. That is a part of it. But the point is that everyone still gets onto Levy for when he sacked Mourinho before the final. He knows.
Yeah.
Right now, loads of Spurs fans are like, "No, you've got to let Ange play because he can still win a trophy this season." So what he's gonna do is, if Spurs get knocked out Europa League that night, he sacks him. He goes, "Oh well, look, he's not winning a trophy, so you guys can't tell me nothing now." Rather than sack him now, and then there's gonna be those certain fans saying, "Oh, but you sacked him before the quarterfinal. He was gonna go do something." Like, I think he wants us to be out of everything just so it covers his own back. That's what Levy's looking for.
No. Put that comment back up, Ty.
So go on.
George.
I really want them to win the FA Cup. I really
I
want them
need to win it before they do anything. Making a final means nothing. I'm sorry, being an FA Cup final is not an achievement.
George, if they win it, yeah.
Daps, it's gonna be at your expense. So you're saying like if they win it, we're gonna have serious conversations about your team. About your team. So
I think that should be okay, bro.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Your expense. Losing 2 FA Cup finals 2 seasons in a row, you're not getting away with that. No, we're not doing. He's gonna be okay. That's not okay. That's not okay.
Okay, fair enough. And do you know what, Daps? You know what? Fair enough. You will get some backlash.
Yeah, of
but
course.
Tottenham's won.
Yeah,
your thing is gonna be wild,
George. Let's make an agreement. Me and you could, because you're right. So I was going to ask you. So you are right. If we lose back-to-back finals, yeah, there will be some smoke for me. If we lose to Crystal Palace in a final, there will be smoke for me, and I will be there on that Friday show with D. Yeah, I will be there. I promise you. Yeah. In fact, we can even do a special. Yeah.
I don't miss Friday shows. So if you're
we could do that. Fuck that. The FA Cup finals on a Saturday. Let's do it Sunday morning on Rivals, not Virals, yeah? If we lose to Palace, I will be here. D, we will make sure D will be here. George, will you be here as well, please?
We'll see. That's going to be something. FA Cup's the end of May, right? FA Cup's end of May. Yeah, my season's done by then, so I'm not. That's my time off.
I'll be real. If he were to get knocked out,
you see how the players are allowed a break. Us streamers need breaks too, especially Tottenham. My summer window. I am in my summer transfer window.
Are you confirming that if Palace win a trophy before you, are you telling me that if Palace win a trophy before Spurs, you're dodging deep?
You're telling me it's going to be on a Sunday. There's definitely going to be a day. See, he was talking about brunch. There's going to be a day party on that day that I'm going to be visiting. Forget this shit.
So are you confirming? Are you dodging D for the summer? Are you going to dodge D for the summer if they win a trophy before your club?
Let's check this date. FA Cup final.
This is why able to answer any direct question.
17th of May. Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm gonna.
This is why I love elements of football tribalism. Yeah, because Daps' team will lose in a final to Crystal Palace, and the love for Palace will overshadow any smoke for Daps, and all of that smoke for Daps goes straight onto Tottenham. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Sensational.
Yeah, bro. And what Marcus said is right. Newcastle won a trophy this season as well. George, it could be bro. If Newcastle win a trophy and Crystal Palace win a trophy and Spurs still haven't won a trophy.
You know what? You can look at me and look at my team. Spurs are shit this season. How about you go look at Arsenal, who let Newcastle and Palace win trophies on their head? What are we doing here? This is a title.
We've had the Arsenal segment, mate. We've had the Arsenal segment.
The greatest team since
he's fighting for his life, man. He's fighting.
No. Look. I hear it.
We ain't seen no energy for the Spurs segment until.
And they said at the start. He said at the start that the energy that you had at that Arsenal segment at the start, you're not gonna have it now.
But that's because the man that they know because I've said it live. I've not got energy for time. So
It's tight. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it there because I know the football starts in 20 minutes.
Big up, man.
Yeah, I've been wicked, man. Big up Kunle for coming on as
big up.
always. Have a blessed Sunday. George yourself as well. Daps, enjoy the derby today, my guy. I know we'll be back tonight, so make sure you keep an eye out for the stream tonight. Cass will be on, people reacting to all today's football, and Daps will be there as well. And then TTB, big up for coming on, man. Made your debut today.
Sensational debut. Better debut than Kuzanov. Better debut than Kuzanov.
If you're about on Sundays, bro, just be here, man. If you're about on Sundays, we do this time every Sunday.
Yeah, man, 100.
Definitely.
So, yeah, man, big up TTB, guys. Make sure you go and check him out. T Talks Ball and TikTok more. That's where his stuff is, and Instagram as well. He doesn't do YouTube just yet, so make sure if you're on TikTok, check him out. And guys, everyone in the chat, big up for you guys keeping it respectful, showing love in the comments.
I don't want no one to check us out, Kunle. Don't want no one to check us out.
I said that to stop.
Don't check out the man. Just leave us
Fine, bro. It's only the newbies.
Everyone.
Only the newbies, bro.
Only the newbies get it. Like, man's been it's because I've been here for a couple of years now. They're like, yeah, you don't need to check George out. Forget about it.
Forget who's loyal to us. Forget loyalty here, guys. Fuck it.
You man couldn't let me have my moment. Say less.
And
he's on a new shiny toy thing now. Fuck that.
Oh, no, he's like, cool. You've been, George, you've been getting shout outs 2-3 times a week. This guy gets the first fucking shout out, and you want to make it about you.
My shine.
Also, hold on a second.
No, because he was ready to wrap up without saying us too.
There we go as well, people. Their channels.
Whatever a foul community are watching and they don't know where to find you, that's on them.
Hold on, do we redirect?
George, they even made us an as well, not even Big them out was even as well. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Are we redirected? We got redirected, by the way, as well.
Nah, I don't know.
Someone's got to do a watch along. Yeah, someone.
Yeah, let me find it. 1 second. Let me just do one quick.
Yours was like T Talks is coming and getting all the shout outs. How greedy.
Yeah.
I think CB's doing a watch along. CB's doing or Sava.
Yeah, that's let me know when you redirected and then I'll run.
1 second. Just pick one now.
Carefree as well. Man like Lewis.
Yeah, let's give CB. Let's give CB.
There'll be at least 3 goals in the Manchester derby today.
Lovely. Well, let's see what happens, man. Guys, we're going to redirect to CB. Make sure you smash a like on your way if you haven't already. Big up everyone and enjoy your Sunday. Love.
In a bit. Love.